This is my travel coffee setup, and the reason why we're making this video is because recently Basel has introduced a new filter coffee traveler, but this time in green, and we absolutely love this color combo. Both of these two travel cases are available at thebasicbarista.com, and we're big fans of the Basel brand. Now, a little bit about Basel. They make different types of products, all based around protecting your gear, whether that be for expensive music equipment, coffee equipment, and all sorts of different gear. Now, we mainly just look at the coffee side of things because that's what we do here. But if you're looking for some extra kit, definitely check them out. They've got some cool stuff. Before I show you what I take when I'm traveling, let's see what's inside the filter coffee traveler. As far as real estate, first of all, we've got a really durable, rugged handle on top. Right next to this, we've got this external zip, and this is like the thickest possible zip. It's giving lunchbox vibes, but it's also really durable and thick. So it zips all the way around. Now, first thing is this material is thick, it's padded, there's multiple layers. We've got heaps of info on all the different types of layers on our website, and it's also got a wax coating, which means that this is also waterproof. Now, I wouldn't go ahead and swim with this case, but I would feel very confident being out and about with some rain, with some water, maybe a bit of spillage, whatnot, and not worried too much about my equipment inside getting wet. So now this lid opens up, and the very first thing that you can see here is your filter paper storage space. I love this so much. This is a fantastic idea. You can fit pretty much any sized filter papers in here. This is a massive pocket, and you won't have any issues fitting anything in here. Next up, we've got a huge space. So there's a ton of different ways that you can store different things. Also, these three lines are all removable. They're held in by Velcro. This is quite common for like camera gear, but it's really cool to see for this case. So yeah, it just pops out. Now, one thing to note about this middle pouch is here we've got another pocket. Now, in this pocket, I believe it's designed to hold like the crank of your grinder, and you'll see in my setup how I don't use it for that, but you can go ahead and store other things like your coffee grinder brushes or other sort of odd things like that. Now that the inner pockets are removed, you can see just how much space there is in this. You can fit quite a fair bit. You can fit your AeroPress in here super easily. You can even fit an old mocha pot. Why would you want to? But you could. And of course, you could even fit a Hario V60 very easily, just like that. And then once you've got everything inside, you simply close the lid and zip it back up. It's super easy to use to carry your coffee equipment and accessories. Now let's get onto my filter coffee travel kit, and I'm going to show you what I take when I'm out and about traveling the world and whatnot. As you can see, it's quite full to the brim, and this is it. I don't really like having my coffee equipment at the coffee bar and then going, taking one and then leaving. I'd rather have a dedicated kit that's always here that I don't even have to think about. The one thing that I do add to this before I go on a trip anywhere is coffee. And I'll show you how I do that later on. This is my dedicated coffee travel kit. So first thing, we've got our filters at the top here. Even though they're in the Abaca Plus bag, they're not those filters. I believe they're just the regular Abaca ones. And the reason why we keep them in the bag is just so that we've got a nice sort of seal. It's got that protective cover around from this material. You don't really want any sort of dust or particles being added to your coffee filter. But that's just me being picky and nerdy. Next up, we've got the Timemore Black Mirror Plus scales. These are so wonderful to take around with you. They're a little bit big, a little bit annoying to kind of fit in here. And I'm also aware that once this closes, you need to be cautious about adding any weight to this because the scales are right on top there. So there's definitely other scales that we even sell. This is the only one that I have extra with me that I've been using. It's incredibly accurate. Not something that you really need when you're traveling, but I've got these extra, so I thought I might as well include them in this kit. Next up is the Hario V60 01 clear dripper. This dripper is super cute and reliable. We have thrown this guy around so much that it's even got a chip on the little lip there. Next up, we've got the Hario V60 Drip Assist. This is the kettle killer, guys. Essentially, you put this on top of your pour over dripper, And then when you're pouring hot water over, you don't need a gooseneck kettle with you. It also gives you the ability to choose how fast you're flowing. It's got 2 sets of rings. This first outer ring of holes, which are a lot slower. And then in the center, we've got 3 larger holes that are a lot faster. So you can change your flow rate. The agitation on this is very low, which is fantastic. I can appreciate when I'm brewing coffee with low agitation. Just a really awesome piece of kit that can replace a kettle. Adding a kettle to this would be a little bit of a nightmare. And I have the Hario air kettle and taken that with me. I prefer using the drip assist. Next up, we've just got a basic coffee grinder. I believe this is the KingGrinder. To be honest, it's an extra. It's a spare grinder that I just have laying around. It's good. We've done blog post reviewing this grinder, which I'll link down below. But yeah, depending on my mood, where I'm going, what the situation is, I might even swap this out for my Comandante C40 or C60s. It just depends on what the vibe is, but that's my grinder. Now lastly, in my kit, we've just got some single dose centrifuge tubes. These are so useful just to have around. You can fill them up with like 20, 25 sometimes grams of coffee beans. Yeah, we use these for everything, guys. We freeze coffee with them, store them. We send out free coffees in every single order, and they're dosed up in these tubes. The alternative to this is to bring either a vac seal bag or just another bag, which then you'll have to either hang on to or throw out. These are perfect. So guys, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. If you like this video, drop a like. And if you've got any ideas on how to improve this kit or any questions about the Basal Filter Coffee Traveler, drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this, and I'll see you in the next video.